The governor of Virginia, Glenn Youngkin, he's calling for an end to taxes on tips. Watch.
So today I announced our initiative to provide no taxes on tips to all of those hard-working folks in the hospitality and restaurant and food industry, personal services. This is a great way for them to keep more money in their pocket as opposed to giving it to a government. We're already running surpluses, and therefore no taxes on tips is going to become the mantra in Virginia.
Well, look who's here. That man is the dirty jobs guy. His name is Mike Rowe, and he joins us this morning. All right, Mike, would you say that this is a really big help for the average worker if you took the taxes off tips?
No, I'd say it's a really big help for the average worker in the hospitality industry.
Exactly.
I think there are a lot of hardworking people who don't work for tips who are probably looking at this and saying, hey, what about my calluses, right? What about my take-home pay? To be clear, I personally favor it, but I say that in the context of a guy who favors lowering taxes on everyone, frankly. So while, yes, go Glenn, great, I would be remiss if I didn't at least wonder aloud about the unintended consequences. What do you do if you run a restaurant, Stuart, and all of your employees suddenly get what amounts to a raise? What is it, 10, 15, 20%? I haven't done the math, but I wonder what you do a year later when it comes time to talk about their salary. I wonder if it impacts their base. Yeah. I just think there's a bigger conversation to be had, and it has to do with what happens to a civilized society when the whole notion of a tip morphs from an expression of gratitude to an expectation.
That's good. And
how in the world is the average consumer supposed to think about it? I mean, 15, 20, 22%, the gardener, the Amazon guy, why not the FedEx guy? We don't have a rational approach to tipping in this country, which is why I think the politicians are going to step up with some other approaches.
I want to move on to something that you're involved in. I want to show the audience what we're looking at right there. That is a custom-built Dodge Power Wagon truck. Is headed for auction in Arizona next month. The proceeds from the auction go to your foundation. Who built that truck?
Incredibly gifted men who don't work for tips. Men who have spent their lives with broken knuckles and bloody fingers, fabricators, engine guys, chassis guys. They're in a garage up in outside of Columbus, Ohio, called Sugar Creek. They're geniuses. This is a 1964 Dodge Power Wagon with an 1,100 horsepower engine in it. They built it because they love my foundation and they want to help us raise money for the next round of work ethic scholarships. That beast is going to be auctioned off next month in Scottsdale at Barrett Jackson's big annual charity auction. It's a huge deal for me, Stuart, because 100% of the money goes into our work ethic scholarship program. It's going to raise a ton. It's one of a kind. And honestly, it humbles me that these men would do this for my foundation. So I'm going to promote the heck out of it.
Yeah, so you should. You think you'll get more than $100,000?
I think we're going to get more than $1 million. I think they spent 400 on it. They've got 10,000 man hours in this thing. I'm telling you, when we unveiled it at SEMA last month, the place absolutely came unhinged. The press was there to write about it as just a truck in and of itself. The features and benefits are mind-boggling. But when you throw in the cause to which it's attached and the men who are involved in this thing, who are determined to close the skills gap, especially in the automotive industry, they got 67,000 openings right now for skilled tradesmen. They can't find them, Stuart.
That's good.
They can't find them. This is happening. This is the year. I'm going to be back on your show, I'll bet, in 2 months. And we're going to be talking about what really is happening in terms of this recruiting crisis. But the chickens are coming home to roost. You'll see.
Open invitation. Come back on the show, and good luck with the auction in Arizona. We'll see you again soon. Thanks Mike Rowe.
Stuart.
You got it.
Appreciate it.